Hello stampers and crafters, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Sarah McGuire from Sassy Paper Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today we are talking paper pumpkin. Here I have the March 2025 paper pumpkin kit. I am so excited to show it to you. If you don't know what paper pumpkin is, I will be talking all about that. If you do know what paper pumpkin is, I will be showing you alternate projects to the ones included in the kit. So if you'd like to learn more about March 2025's Paper Pumpkin, please keep watching. If you are brand new to the world of Stampin' Up! And Paper Pumpkin, this is a Paper Pumpkin kit. Normally they look like this. Sometimes we get a pretty fun box, and that is what we have here. This is the Daydream kit, the March 2025 kit. When you sign up for Paper Pumpkin for the very first time, you will get a stamping block that is a D block. It's not as thick as this one, but it's the size of this one, and all of the Paper Pumpkin stamps will fit this block. So if you are brand new to card making, to crafting, to Stampin' Up!, and you get a Paper Pumpkin, your very first one will include a block. So let me show you what is in March's kit. And now everyone comes with a stamp set and an ink spot. And this is a great way if you're just getting started to collect all of the Stampin' Up! Inks. This month we're getting Lost Lagoon. Now let me do it like this. There are 2 stamp sets in this month's kit as well. That's a little freebie that they're giving. So there's our stamp set. It comes with this awesome tissue paper. I love the Paper Pumpkin tissue paper. I actually save it and use it for gifts because I love it so much. I'm going to very carefully take the kit out. And I'm going to set my tissue paper aside so I can save it. Now this is the kit. Looks like my box got a little bit damaged by the post office there, but the kit looks intact. So I'm going to move the box out of the way. Now what I like to do is once I make my projects, I put my stamp set and my cards back in the box that it came in, just so that way I can keep track of it. So let's open our kit. Again, this is the Daydream kit. And it looks like it's already kind of open, but it looks like everything is intact. So this is the instruction booklet, and it shows you how to make all 3 cards. It's full color, no words, but it's pretty self-explanatory. And then on the back, you'll find the kit component. So what everything will have, it has 9 cards and envelopes. You want to make sure all your stuff is in there. And like I said, this is the stamp set that comes with it. There's a free one this month. And then this is the coordinating add-on. So if you go to stampinup.com, you can purchase this when you get a Paper Pumpkin subscription. So you can either do a prepaid subscription for 1, 3, or 6 months, or I think a year. I think they even go up to a year. But you do a prepaid subscription, or you can go month to month, which is what I do, because then I don't even have to think about it. So I subscribe. It just comes to my house month to month. I don't have to think about it. It shows up in my mailbox. I love it. So these are the 3 cards you can make. They have coordinating envelopes, which I also love. And then they usually send, oh, that's the artwork for the stamp set. So if you want to put it in a clear case, like a stamp case, they sent the artwork for that. I haven't actually opened my Paper Pumpkins in a while, so I didn't even know that they included that. Here's all the adhesives. They include glue dots, some dimensional, some foam strips. Here are all of our envelopes. How pretty. 3 different designs. Card bases. Should be 3 different designs of the card bases. Those are little, here's the rest of the card bases. And then our elements. So let's go through making one of the cards together. We'll just make the first one. Card 1. I'll just fold this over. And card 1, I'm going to actually grab my large Lost Lagoon because I like to save the stamp sets. I have all the ink colors, so I like to save the Stampin' Spots as little gifts for my team or for customers. So I'm going to save that. I got my big ink pad there, and it says we need a label. So let's find our label right here. One of these. I got one of those. And then we need one of the blue card bases. So one of these card bases. I'm just going to fold it because that's what I like to do. And then we're going to stamp with the honeycomb. Now, I like to keep the hard plastic. I throw that away. I'm going to grab this honeycomb. And like I said, in your first kit, you will get a D block. And then we're going to stamp right onto the card base. Looks like 5 times. There's also a handy ruler on there. So if you need to measure anything, any embellishments, you can definitely do that. I'm a little bit crooked there. I'm going to stamp this 5 times. And you know, this is where you can get a little bit creative. And I kind of, you know, go back and forth. I'm going to do 2 over here. I'm going to do it like they're doing it, but I'm also going to get a little creative with it. So I did the stamping. I got a little ink spot there, but it looks like we're covering most everything up. Oh, and I want to get our sentiment while I'm at it. So it's enjoy your special day. Grab another D block and see how that fits right on there. Ink that up. Make sure it's good and inked up. Right on that label. That looks to be it for stamping. I'm actually going to grab my bone folder because this is driving me crazy when it pops up like that. If you burnish that edge, now it will just sit flat. So then it looks like I need some of the elements from the adhesives here. Some dimensionals. Oh, these are mini dimensionals. They used 3, so I'm going to use 3. And then they put it right in the middle. I'm on step 3 down here. Right in the middle. I'm going to cover up my little oopsie. And then it looks like they got some more of these elements. So, oh, these are all together. A big flower, 2 of these big flowers. A bee. And a gold honeycomb piece, one of these. And you can put it on with the provided glue dots. I'm going to grab my seal. You could also use liquid glue, whatever you have handy. If you're just starting out, though, the glue dots in the kit will work wonderfully. They are a good, strong adhesive. I'm just putting a little bit of Stampin' Seal just on these daisies, just to hold them in place. I'm going to kind of tuck them behind the sentiment there. And then I'm going to grab a dimensional. They use a dimensional here in the kit too. I'm going to grab one of those mini dimensionals for the bee to pop it up. And they put it down there. Oh, and it looks like they used 2 of these. Do these already have adhesive? Because it's not showing. If they're a sticker, that would be great. I think they might be. I'm peeling. You know what? It'll tell me on the back if they're a sticker or not. No, maybe it won't tell me on the back. They look to be just stuck down. Normally it tells you if you need adhesive. So it's showing me the glue dots and the dimensionals and stuff there. I think they are a sticker, but it's not peeling up. Let me try with the take your pick tool. So it is not a sticker. As you can tell, I kind of ruined it a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to peel up this guy and I'm going to put a glue dot down. This is one of the glue dots that come with the paper pumpkin. I'm going to hide my little oopsie in there and just stick that on the glue dot. And it'll just stay like that. I'm going to get one more because it looks like there are two of them. And I'm going to grab another glue dot. I'm going to lift up this flower. Oops. And set the glue dot down there. You should probably do this before you put down your daisies. And then I'm just going to set it like that. And it is stuck down. So that is card number 1. Stay tuned. We're going to make some alternate cards with not stickers, because there's not stickers, guys. I thought they were, but it's fine. So I'm going to show you 2 more alternate cards using this kit. So stay tuned. So for our first alternate card, I'm using mostly elements from the paper pumpkin. I did pull in a couple of different, I got Lost Lagoon here and Crushed Curry, because if you look on the back of the instructions, it does give you coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors. Crushed Curry is one of them. I also cut a piece of Lost Lagoon to 4.5 by 3 1/4. And then I have a piece of basic white that is 4 1/4 by 3. This is what we're going to be stamping on. So I used that bonus stamp set for this one, and I got the large honeycomb and the happy birthday from that. So we're going to use the Crushed Curry. And I'm just going to ink this up. And we're just going to stamp kind of randomly. We're going to do this honeycomb pattern. And I want it to do like where it's full strength and then stamped off, but sometimes when you do it that way, it gets a little funky. So I want to make sure that I'm covering most of it, but see what I mean? Like there's a line there. So if I put that down, you totally would see that line. So I'm just kind of going around, and I think I want one more like there. All right, that looks good. And then we're going to close the Crushed Curry before I put my hand in it and grab the Lost Lagoon. And I grabbed one of those labels from the paper pumpkin kit. I'm going to line it up with my grid paper, and then the happy birthday from that bonus stamp set. Just going to center it on that label just like that. And that's really it for stamping. I have one of the card bases, the same one we used for our kit card, I have for this. I'm gonna put our stamped image onto our Lost Lagoon using some liquid glue this time. I decided to go with liquid glue. And then before I put this on our card base, I just wanted to kind of add the elements and see what I liked. I grabbed a couple pieces from the, so I see, I think I'll like that. I grabbed a couple pieces from the kit. Okay, I just wanted to kind of lay it out there. We're going to grab those mini dimensionals from the paper pumpkin, or not, because I can't find them now. I have mini dimensionals though in my stash here, so I'm going to grab a couple of those, pop them on the back of our sentiment just to give it some depth. We're going to put that right in the middle. just like that. And then I'm going to use the liquid glue for our daisy here, and I'm just kind of spreading it out with the tip of the liquid glue. I just don't want a huge glue mess. And I didn't get that top part of the daisy. I'm going to kind of peek that under there. Oops. Try not to break it. Just like that. Hopefully that's not too far off the edge. If it is, we can kind of glue it a little bit. I was going to put dimensionals on the back of this, but I think I am going to do liquid glue because I want this flat. So if I need to glue down this daisy, I can do it because it's getting a little wild and crazy. Hold that down for a second. And you can take a glue dot or a little bit of liquid glue. I'm just going to hold that there for a second. Now it is off the edge of it, so if you're mailing this, it might smush that a little bit. I'm going to grab a dimensional for this daisy. Put that like that. And then grab that B and we'll get a mini dimensional. And I forgot to grab embellishment, but I know exactly which one I want to use. The gold dots. Let's see, where are they? Here they are. The gold texture dots. I thought these ones would go perfectly. Well, it's stuck to the envelope. Would go perfectly with the crushed curry. So I'm just going to grab a couple of them. There's 3 sizes. I think I'm just going to go ahead and use all 3 sizes. And my card is sticking up a little. So I'm going to go ahead and take a couple glue dots in the corners. It's the only thing about using liquid glue, in my opinion, when you use it for like flat layers, if you don't get it in all the corners, sometimes they'll pop up a little. You can grab glue dots and stick them down. So that is our alternate card number 1. I'm going to clean up and let's make card number 2. For our second alternate, or third card total, we're going to again be using things from the kit, but I also brought in some thick basic white for a card base and some old olive. So the old olive is cut at 5 1/4 by 4. It's just a standard card base, a piece of thick basic white cut in half. So it's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. We're just going to layer this. This is actually one of the card bases. I cut it in half and then I cut this piece down to 5 by 3 3/4. Now you'll have this piece here that you can use for another card. You can use it for a card front. I love keeping little things like that. So this is going to layer on there just like that. Use a little bit of seal. Layer that on. And for a little bit of like a textural element, I wanted to use some of the Daffodil Delight satin ribbon. This is a part of the Delightful Floral Wishes Suite. It's in the annual catalog. Where are my paper snips? So I'm going to cut a little bit of that. And before I stick this piece down to my card base, I'm going to wrap that ribbon around it. So I'm just going to take right around the middle, and then we can put that on our card base. Now, there are 100 stamps, not really, but there are tons of stamps that come with this. Feel free to stamp something. Actually, you know what? I think I am going to stamp the B on the inside. We're using the crushed curry ink again. So I'm going to stamp a B while I have it out. Might as well, right? I'm going to ink that up in the crushed curry. And just right in the corner there, stamp that B. How cute. Adorable, right? So now I'm going to grab one of the labels that came with the paper pumpkin. We're going to ink that up in crushed curry as well. And I'm going to go with the thank you stamp. I can never have too many thank you cards. And that's it for stamping. I didn't want to do a whole lot. I kind of wanted to keep this fairly simple. So I'm going to grab my liquid glue now that I know these are not stickers. And I'm just going to put a little bit. You could also use the glue dots that come with the kit. I'm just going to put a little bit in the middle. And we're going to put one like there. And grab one more, flip it over. Just kind of around the middle. I'm spreading it out a little as I go. Do the other one about there. And then grab my Stampin' Dimensionals because I'm going to put these flowers down. And you know what? I think I do want the mini dimensionals. And then I also have a piece of this vellum from the paper pumpkin. I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal and put a little bit on the back of our label. And I'm just going to put that right in the middle. And then a few Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of that. It's a little bit crooked, but you know what? It's a handmade card, right? It's okay. So I want to put my sentiment kind of in the middle, but askew, a little bit askew, just like that. And then we can put down our daisies. And then one more just there, kind of poking under. And then for an embellishment, I thought it would be really cute to use the brushed brass butterflies. Say that 3 times fast. So I'm going to add a few of those. I was going to say they're gold, but they're not gold. They are brushed brass. A little one there. One more little one, I think. There we go. Kind of fluttering around the flower like that. So that is our second alternate, our third card. Let me bring the other ones back in. So this was the first alternate card we made, and then our one directly from the kit. Now for these, I would use these 2 envelopes, and I would use this envelope for this one. How adorable are these cards? So if you want to get in on Paper Pumpkin, be sure to click the link in the description of this video to either get your prepaid subscription or to start your subscription. Like I said, mine just comes right to my house every month. I don't even have to think about it. I love that. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel to see more card making videos from me. I really hope you enjoyed these projects. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.